What's up, Gents? How you doing? Welcome to Talk to the Head Reviews. I'm Bold Reviews Lady. And I had a thought. Here we are in January. It's a good time to stop and reminisce about the heat of summertime. Even though I love the winter, I really enjoy it. It's just like a lot of snow outside. I thought I have a lot of fragrances that it's kind of fun to reflect on right now. That will really take me right back to the middle of, you've heard of January, you've heard of Christmas in July. I thought, well, why not July in January? Why not summer in winter? So there's just a lot of fragrances that I think are very, very summery and really epitomize that nice summery feeling and the heat and all. So I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna try not to be too long with this one. This one I discovered this year, Fleur Paris from Jean-Marc Paris. A little mysterious, gorgeous, light floral along the lines of Paris, along the lines of eternity. It's just so beautiful, light floral, wedding-y. Oh, gorgeous. And I had to be a sleuth about this one because some places say that this is a, Michel Germain fragrance. And Michel Germain fragrances are associated with Sophia Grossman, who was the nose behind Paris and Eternity, I believe both. This smells a lot like them. But then other places you'll find it just says Jean-Marc Paris. So anyways, I did a video on this one. I really love it. This one, that's kind of a dent for me because though I use a lot of fragrance, I work from home. So I leave the house like once or twice a week. I don't have a chance to wear this stuff out too much, but I wore this one a lot last summer. So yeah, Fleur Paris from Jean-Marc Paris. Good old Bodyshop item, strawberry. Where I live, July is when the strawberries come out, and they're little teeny tiny things. They're wild, and you can smell them in the air sometimes at a certain time of year. They smell like warm strawberry jam. Like, I'm not kidding you. Where I live, you can walk down the street down the country road in July, and you can smell warm strawberries in the air, like if you're close to where the strawberries are. But this is such a beautiful strawberry fragrance, but it's got a little something else in it. It's got a little something else in it, like vanilla or something, but it's a really nice one. Takes me right back to summer. Bodyshop Strawberry Body Mist with strawberry extract. Here's a fun one from Bath & Body Works, Brightest Bloom. Just a pretty, playful, happy, sunny day. Somebody, riding roller skates on their roller skates outside. Oh, yeah. Let's groove along with Brightest Bloom. Shoulders very much. Like, funny, it's easy to forget to move your shoulders. So Bath & Body Works Brightest Bloom, a beautiful light. I think this is a newer one too, a newer one. Oh, I remember selling this one behind the counter. Anais. Classic Cacharel. Oh, still around. Can still get it new. This smells a lot like, okay, my Canadians might know a fragrance called, I think it's called de neige, which means the snow en français, by Lise Wattier. That smells a lot like this one. But I've never smelled anything else that smelled like this one. So just a beautiful summer heat floral with probably a little bit of indole in there. Something, it's very, very beautiful, but very unique. not for everybody. Rather strong, rather long-lasting, pretty good sillage. Anais by Cacharel. Takes you right back to summer, I'm telling you. This is one of my new Middle Eastern fragrances, one of the first of 4 Middle Eastern fragrances that I recently acquired. And this is my favorite one. This just is so uplifting and springy and summery and happy and non-committal. There's no bad vibes in this. Some florals have a base note that is like, oh, it brings back, I don't know, memories you don't even necessarily want. Not this. Not for me anyways. This is light and beautiful and soft and floral. And just, oh, I just can't even. Mahasin crystal from Lattafa. I can't even explain to you. It's got a lightness and a freshness that I don't find in too many fragrances. Mahasin crystal. Lattafa. Classic Yardley of London Rose. Now I have a few different Yardley fragrances, but I chose Rose because Rose is really such a summer flower. It's such a summertime flower. And this is a heady, adult, serious rose. This is not a tea rose. This is not a light lemony rose. This is a womanly, soft rose. Yardley rose from Yardley rose from Yardley London. Okay, this one was one of my favorites for a long time. I mean, it still is. Look at how much I've used up. I've had this bottle for a few years. This is my second bottle. This is just the most gorgeous, fresh gardenia fragrance. I mean, it's really up there. I recently got one of my favorite fragrances, which is called Fracas. They're a little bit alike because this is a little bit more of a greener gardenia, and that's more of a tuberose gardenia. But if you like that, I think you'll like this, and it's very reasonably priced, and the bottles are stunning. Elizabeth Taylor Gardenia. Kind of a new classic, I guess. Vera Wang Glam Princess. I have 2 other Vera Wang fragrances. I have 2 other in the Princess line. This is just a beautiful, light, melony, floral. It's a beautiful, happy, youthful, fruity floral that is kind of like melon leaning, I think. I don't remember what's in it, but it's happy and with more fruit than a lot of the other ones here that I'm talking about. But you know, I mean, fruit. It's summertime thing, right? So yeah, Vera Wang Glam Princess. Okay, I just got this one too. Floris Bouquet de la Reine. The Floris company is really, really old. I think they were started in 1730. I have my notes, but my notes are gone. Anyways, and I really wanted something from this line because they're very, very historically significant, I think. The original version of this was created for Queen Victoria on her wedding. And then it was kept by Floris. It wasn't made available to the public for another 20 years. Then they came out with a reissue, or then they came out with, I don't know if it's a new formulation, but they did something to it, and then they reissued it for Queen Elizabeth II's Golden Jubilee, I think it was. And so this one is, I'm not sure how true it is to the original, but I tend to think it probably is because they're still a family-owned company after all this time. This is a garden tea party. This is a garden tea party of the highest class. This is like, you know, Downton Abbey people out in the yard having a high-end lunch with you know, cucumber sandwiches and the little tea time, you know, the little graduated tea time tray with the lovely little treats on it and beautiful high-end tea and everything perfect. That's what this is. And it really is a bouquet fit for a queen. And it's very summery, very summery. And I'm thrilled to have it in my collection. Bouquet de la Reine from Floris. Here's a fun one. This is very nice and light. Notebook, citrus and green tea. This is, it's pretty much just like It's pretty much just like Elizabeth Arden green tea, but there's more lemon in it, and there's some other notes in it that are just a little bit rubbery or something, but it's a really nice, very fresh, summery fragrance. And I like this one better for summer than even original green tea, which I love. It's one of my favorite fragrances forever, ever. And that, by the way, original green tea was nosed by Francis Kirkjohn. So kind of interesting. Yeah, Notebook Citrus and Green Tea. Fun summer fragrance. Another fun Bath and Body Works at the beach. I mean, this is a day at the beach. This is when you go to lay out in the sun. This is when you go to lay out in the sun. This is not the day that you go to have the picnic with your friends or your family, whatever. This is you're on a mission. You went to the beach that day. You brought all the right stuff to get your right tan on. You got your tunes. You got your drink. You brought your iced tea or whatever, maybe a little snack, you know, and you are there with your suntan lotion on, laying in the sun at the right time of day to get that tan. And this is what you have on. This is what this smells like. Just so beautiful. And you know what? It's a lot like Mugler Alien Goddess, I felt. So yeah, at the beach from Bath & Body Works takes me back to summer. Summer concert! This fragrance to me is one of the most summery, juicy. You're at a sports event, you're at a baseball game, you're at a tennis event. This is what you smell. It is like the most, it reminds me of the condensation coming down the side of a glass of iced tea full of ice left in the hot sun. It's so quenching. It's got this quenching. It's a floral with a little bit of green in it and something very moist and wet, like biting into a fresh, ripe piece of orange or something like that. But it doesn't really smell all that citrusy. There's some citrus in there, but I can't put my finger on it. It's just very, very juicy smelling. So Peace, Love, and Juicy Couture. This is one of my recent acquisitions. Isn't that so cute? This is called Celebrate by Pepe Jeans. And that's how it comes off. Isn't that so adorable? That's really the way it should sit. But of course I'm not. I'm going to have it looking like a champagne glass. This is a really unique fragrance. It has weird notes in it. It has, despite the fact that it's very fresh with a light sweetness and effervescence, kind of like some kind of a ginger ale or a soda pop. It doesn't really smell like that, but it's got an effervescence. Now, I thought it was really weird. This has, in the top notes, it has popcorn, and in the middle notes, it has caviar. I expected it to be really weird smelling, but it's not weird smelling at all. It's unique, but it's a very light, fresh, anyone can wear this. I think it leans more youthful, but anyone could wear this and no one will be like, are you wearing something like, do you have popcorn and caviar fragrance? No, this is so light and pretty. It's effervescent, but unique. I can't say it's like anything I've smelled really. Well, you know what? There's the original, I think it's the original English Laundry Signature. Might have a tiny, tiny something similar to this. But I wouldn't say that they're dupes at all or that similar. But that's the only thing I can think of that I've experienced. So this little cutie pie is new in my collection. So Celebrate by Pepe Jeans. Okay, my lovely ladies and handsome gents, I got one more, but I'm going to ask you right now if you enjoyed this video. Did you enjoy this video? And if you didn't, would you please write down below what you didn't enjoy about this video, because I'm curious to know. I am curious to know what you guys like and don't like. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to change, but I am curious to know. Market research here, you know, all of us YouTubers, we kind of got to find out what works and what doesn't if we're interested in growing our channel. And that's not my first priority, but I am interested. But I'm so thankful I'm like 20 away from 500 subscribers, and I can't believe that enough people wanted to watch me talk about perfume that they would sign up, and I really appreciate you guys for that. And I just appreciate you. Okay, moving on. Fidji from Guy Laroche. This is one of these classics I wanted to get my hands on again, you know, that I hadn't ever, I don't think I ever owned this one, but I remember it from back in the day when I used to sell this stuff. I never sold this, but it was around. It was around in some of the stores that I visited as well. When I worked for Oscar de la Renta, when I worked for Glam as a rotator rep, as a promotional rep. This is a beautiful, like a bit more of a woodsy tuberose gardenia. It's beautiful. It's subdued. It doesn't project a lot. I wouldn't say it lasts on your clothes, but it's the kind of fragrance that someone close, you know, only someone close to you is going to smell it. For the most part, probably a lot of other people are not gonna smell it, but it's gorgeous, and I was so thrilled to get a hold of it. Classic Fidji from Guy Laroche. This is another one of those that used to be more expensive, but that is now more affordable. That can be found at a more affordable price. So I'm thrilled about that. So what do you guys think of my July and January fragrance collection? I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you feel like doing this kind of video, I will definitely love to see it. So, you know, if you do, don't hesitate to let me know. Let's dance this one out. Happy summertime. Oh, that was a sudden stop. Oh well, thanks for watching. See you next time.